All right, guys, we're doing OMAC issue number 7. This is not the last one. This issue number 8 is the last one, but this is from DC Comics by DiDio, Keith Giffen, and Scott Koblish. This is a filler issue, unfortunately, because I had hoped then, because we have only one issue left, the story would be more concentrated on OMAC itself, Kevin, who is OMAC, Brother I, and what's his name? From Cadmus, is it Project Cadmus? Damn it, I forgot his name. Coming back to that a little bit later. Unfortunately, this is not the case. This is, like I said, a filler issue, and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to give you my thoughts afterwards, so stick around. So, we've seen here OMAC getting his ass kicked by none other than the new 52 Superman. And I always disliked the Superman. I never thought he looked like Superman. He doesn't have the spit curl. He's way too young. I don't like the costume with all the padding. I believe the new quote-unquote poster of the Superman that comes out without Henry Cavill looks like this kind of Superman costume. A lot of, these lines, unnecessary lines, ugly boots. It has talking about the poster, it has the red trunks, but, I never liked this Superman. Anyway, and then Superman punches him, and this is a classic Jack Kirby punch. Also, more like a classic Jack Kirby pose, because Keith Giffen, big fan. His inspiration is 100% from Jack Kirby. There's a lot of things in here that reminds me of Jack Kirby's work, but Superman damages OMAC, and he's been hired by Checkmate, right, to deal with the threat of the OMAC, but OMAC punches him back. Superman says, "You may be stronger than me, but there's something you don't have. Heat vision." So Superman did a lot of damage to OMAC, right? And OMAC shouts like, "Brother I am burning." So Brother I says the trauma to OMAC is severe. The transformation back to Kevin will allow this body to heal. And then he's blinked away, and Superman wants to talk to, Maxwell Lord. And he says, "I don't enjoy working with Checkmate, but a monster that dangerous needs to be caged." Okay. So Kevin is being transported to Mid-America, Toledo. He's at a zoo, and he says, "You are staying here while I'm checking the systems, right?" But then he says, "Yeah, sure, I'll find a way to keep myself busy." This is disgusting. Can't believe I've been reduced to stealing from a vending machine. Is this my life now? And just how the hell do you get food out of this thing? So, and then a talking bear comes, and they are screaming. And then, "Redbeard, ready, you hurt? You okay? What happened?" "I told you not to come out of hiding." Is that what I think it is? And Dan DiDio and Keith Giffen thought it was a good idea to have, cartoon animals come to life, I guess, because they all look like cartoon idiots. They talk like cartoon, because this guy's stuttering. This guy's a little bit, "Oh, I want to have food." And this is the brash, brave one. He's also very tiny. And then we have this, horse that's called Stripey or something, Stripesy, who is, of course, afraid. Very typical of, when it comes to cartoons. I didn't like that at all, because I don't think this comic lends well to this kind of characters. Now, and I thought, okay, but why aren't we not, showing the whole Brother I, Maxwell Lord, Cadmus, Checkmate, OMAC thing? Because I think that Dan DiDio and Keith Giffen had a lot of stories to tell, even after this one, and then they pulled the plug because of bad sales. I'm just guessing, and then they, DC or whoever's in charge wrapped it up and says, "Hey, no more. You can only do one issue, and then we stop." Unfortunately. Anyway, So this creature calls himself, I don't know, what's his name? Tuffy? Yeah, right. Anyway, and they want to break out. And they say, well, and he also wants to rescue his dad, who is the king or somehow, right? And there's a prison warden called Gaym, and he's in charge of this, well, zoo or whatever it is. And then they say, hey, we need to go to the carousel. I said, why? And then he says, this is just to keep the humans busy and confused, so they never realize what lies beneath. I've been watching the Warden for weeks, listened to the codes, and learned the voice activations. Lift Command B, elevate. Now this looks cool. I always like the fantastical, about this comics. Keith Giffen did that a lot, and so I praise him for that. And he says, "You sure this is a good idea?" says Kevin. "I have no choice. Not only is my father, he's my king. He spent his life protecting me. Now it's my turn to protect him." And so the one who is, experimenting on animals is this guy that looks, I don't know, is this, there's a Marvel character experimenting on animals. Was it the High Evolutionary, right? And so the alarm trips, and he says, "Must prepare to meet my guests." And then they are seeing this. And again, this looks fantastic. Home to, he says, "My God, what is this place? Home to some of my most bitter and painful memories. It's the place where we're transformed and many close friends were lost. That's why we named it the Evil Factory." All right, what a name. So this guy comes, the warden. The Evil Factory. I always resented that name. "Gaym, where's my father? Bring him to me now. Your father and I have been spending a great deal together. One of my greatest experiments. And I'm happy to say he's ready to see you now." So yeah, his father is now being transformed into some kind of a tiger demon thingy, and he cannot control himself. And I'm not sure how. This is not how an arm bends backwards, right? This is a little bit too much. Anyway, so he's going to town with these animals that probably cannot defend themselves because they are, I don't know, too nice. So Kevin is activating the OMAC, and so this is, "Dad, please, I'm here to save you. Can't smell blood, must taste blood." And then the beard is helping him. So OMAC comes, and his brother Eye says, "OMAC, leave the tiger beast to the others. Stop Warden Gaym. He is the key. He has the ability to transform this world." "You're OMAC? My idiot half-brother Mokari warned me about you." "There is no Warden Gaym. The name is Simeon." Unbelievable. Animal betraying animal. I thought that was solely a human trait. So yeah, he's gonna escape, or trying to escape. And he says, "Dad, stop, you're killing my friends. They all die. No, I can't let that happen. A king must always protect his people. A prince is no different. Father, forgive me." And then he's using, what is it called, a stalactite, I guess, and plunging in his brain or maybe in his back, killing his father. The Simeon is escaping, and yeah, he's dead. "This wasn't supposed to happen. I'm supposed to save him. But you saved us. That should count for something." "That it does, Red. Simeon has escaped. I wanted the information in this base, but no longer. This place is an abomination. You know what must be done. Tear it down." So yeah, Kevin, or OMAC, is tearing it down, transforming back into Kevin. He says, "What are your plans now, Tuffy? The king is dead. It's time I took my proper place and you call me by my proper name. I am Prince Tufton. It is my sacred duty to inform the litter, of what has transpired." And he's going to see his brother Tolkien, and he says farewell, and maybe we're going to see each other again. And then Brother Wise says, "Do you think it's wise to let them walk away?" "Don't know. I mean, what harm can a small group of genetically engineered animals unleash on an unsuspecting world?" "Yes, what harm indeed. If you know that's not being a good idea, then why did you just let them go?" So overall, it's not really good. I like the action. I like the art. You know, I like, as I said before, I believe there is way more story to this later on that we never gonna see because, like I said, this issue 8, the last issue. It's not in here at the preview, but and yeah, this whole animal thing and the brother of one of those engineers, Simeon. I mean, it could be a page of what's the last boy on Earth, Kamari, Kamandi. I'm you know which one I mean from DC Comics, Kamandi, something like that. You know, that reminds me of he has a lot of animal friends, but you know, OMAC here is basically useless. You know, he gets his ass kicked by Superman. He is barely hasn't, you know, Kevin is mostly the protagonist here, but the book's called OMAC. And you can say, well, if you compare it to the Incredible Hulk, even the Hulk was once upon a time very mindless, but yeah, even the Hulk has a personality. He has a mind, you know, he can talk, he is, and Bruce Banner as well. You know, there's two different personalities, but OMAC has absolutely none. He's barely talks, he barely has anything to say. Yeah, I know he's being controlled by Brother Eye, but still, you know, why not give him a personality, right? Instead of him, you know, transforming into big monster, trashing, and, you know, doing basically nothing here, you know, except being snarling and standing there like a chump. Again, a little bit disappointing, and I don't think the ending or the last book will conclude the whole story. I mean, it's too much to tell in one comic. I mean, it can be done, but, you know, I wish there was maybe some kind of a prelude in here to what's to come in issue number 8. Fortunately, that is not the case. So we have to do what we have. So guys, let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.